Hi guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming along. Wow, it's Baltic here in the north of Scotland. We've got weather conditions here that we're not used to. I think Mother Nature must be angry with north of Scotland. What it's been fair now the last couple of winters. This is like the 1970s when the weather was so bad. We've got deep snow, really extreme cold temperatures, and people are dropping like flies. Anybody's got any problems with their breathing because reckon just now, one of my friends who was in an accident tonight, his car rolled over in the ditch. It rolled over a few times and landed in a ditch. He had to travel with his dogs, and they were quite traumatized with the car. And someone passing with a van actually found them, and the dog was thrown through the back window of the car. The dog is just totally traumatized, but doesn't seem to be cut or anything, but they're all quite well traumatized. And but the weather conditions here, we're not used to this. It's always cold, and I try to be. It's always cold in the north of Scotland, but not like this. This is right. We've never had this before at all. It's just something totally like in the 1970s. It was the last time we had this serious weather. And it goes back in the 1970s. At least two snowfalls a year we had was waist deep. But in the summertime, if it rains for 40 days and 40 nights, we call it a summer. People that come to the north of Scotland know it's going to be raining, and you just need to take an umbrella and some water, some light carryable waterproof, so you can just pack away, and a pair of wellies. Something to keep your feet dry, because for sure. But one thing, because so many people don't like going out in the rain, if you go and see the beautiful scenery in the rain, and from Chuckney and Marshall here, if you want to see the best of the Highlands, then because there's no many people, you'll get to the tourist sites, you'll be there by yourself, you'll be able to see the rain, the formations of the sky, just every second, every minute, completely different. How you getting on? It's gotten so cold now that I'm playing music as often as I can just to try and keep warm. But I'm having a Jimmy Ross's Toddy Mix, which is a good heat teaspoonful of honey, most powerful medicine in the world. Stir it in some hot water till it dissolves. Add 2 teaspoonfuls of brown sugar, the darker the better, and then top it up with water and leave enough room to add a 35 ml measure of whiskey. It doesn't have to be a powerful whiskey, any run of the mill. This one I've chosen. I've never tried it before. Hold on, let's see what it's called. Look, High Commissioner, I'll pull the bottle there. I'm just trying that, and it's nice. It's a very sweet drink. People don't like the taste of it. No medicine tastes good, but that was a Highland cure for nearly all illness because of honey, the whiskey, and all that. Whiskey's a painkiller, and also it's fine and warm. But honey is the most powerful, and it's keeping me warm because I've got a drink. It's so cold here; we're not used to it. I'm constantly drinking hot drinks. Just to stay warm. This is unbelievable. We never had this before. Rick Nielsen, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, it's coming back, as I say. But it's definitely helping my breathing, getting back singing again. Because it does improve. It does improve lung function. Singing it's very good for lung function. Anyone with asthma, I've heard people say, "Oh, you shouldn't be singing if you got asthma." No chance. It'll regulate. It might help you regulate your breathing. And I would say to anybody, even if you cannot sing or you never sang before, if you ever find yourself that you got serious pain in your heart, what you got to lose, start singing. When you're in ultimate pain, to start singing. What have you got to lose? And you never know what might make a bit of difference in pulling you back to health. Even someone hearing you sing, and even if you can't sing, it's if you've not got energy to shout for help, it's something worth thinking about. Having been chucked back myself from some reason, from about a month ago, I just faded right out of consciousness, couldn't breathe and that, like, and came back with a mighty jolt and with a totally different outlook on life, I'm just thinking of you guys who support me on my YouTube channel, and have brought my channel up to 41,000 views. It's been absolutely great. Can you post your time zones on, please? It's 3 minutes to 7 in the evening here. And I'm still smoking it. But it'll not be long, a couple of days, maybe. I'm going to try and come off them anyway, but it's going to be a hard job. So expensive. The last fortnight I spent £10 a day on cigarettes coming away from tobacco, because I can't smoke tobacco now anymore because my lungs are so bad. And I went to this, and one expense, but it's a better bridge. I'm able to sing, I'm regulating my breathing, but I know for sure after that last warning I got that if I want to keep on singing, I know I've got to go off the fags anyway, and makes good sense. If I love doing it. Hey Jimbo Thunderhawk, how you doing? Can you post your time on here, please? Your time zones, anybody that's still listening? I haven't bored you yet. I'm going to play a tune in a minute. Like, I'm not sure what kind of stuff to play. Because I've been doing a lot of traditional and Irish, but for a newer stuff, for my newer audience, like, but I need to go back to old school and do some older stuff for all the songs that I was asked to learn for requests on my channel. Like, I've learned such a lot of them, and I've been singing a lot of them today, and I can't remember who I learned them for, but I just need to look back at videos someday. And yeah, Leon, I took a walk out to the shop today, like, and I don't like do you know, I don't like, the atmosphere, like, outside just now. I'm sure you've been out in it today. Atmosphere that, that's I know nature because I've been out in it all my life. And see, tonight is going to be a belter. You can see it. It's like we're getting a calm before a storm. And it's temperature just now. Leon, my friend, put his car rolled over on his roof a few times and into the ditch, and his dog had to escape at the. Oh, right. Ah, right. Right, yeah, because it's no, it's we're not used to it, Leon. That's what we're getting here. It's what we've had the last couple of winters. That's back to like it was in the 70s. But I never even saw Wick Wick was frozen last year during lockdown. I never in my entire 57 years of life ever seen the river in that condition before. That's my Wick River snow. I don't know if you've seen that. But Leon, post your link on here, for your channel, and let these people see your channel as well. Trying to get your subscribers up. I've got a good following all over the world now, and there's some truckers coming on and stuff. And Right, yeah. Snow's dangerous, though. That people shouldn't be out driving in it unless it's absolutely necessary. It was necessary for my friend to be out in it because we in the country and ran out of supplies after a few days, because everything he has was frozen, and just with the bad weather and him not being well, he wasn't able to get out. So he was just going to come into the town for supplies, but his dog got thrown out the back window and was pretty shaken up. A little wee dog wasn't phased by it, but my friend, his body's aching because it got thrown a bit about his head, banged off as the car was rolling off the driver door. And lucky, as I say, there was a transit van passed by and rescued him, burst the door open to get him out of the car, because there's no many people going about there, and if you're out in the country, there's a chance he could have been there overnight, and nobody would find him, because most people in the country know not to go out. So that probably was someone. If it's a sensible person, that's probably someone on their way home from work or whatever, because it's only essential. People only drive if it's essential for them to drive. Over here, sensible ones, But it's so dangerous to snow. And as I say, the gritting lorries and that for gritting the roads, I mean, salt hasn't arrived, and the stuff that they actually had. Someone actually told me that the gritter went. There was a gritter somewhere. I don't know, was it here in Caithness, whatever, but there was a gritter landed up on its roof. Somewhere like, and that's gritter. It's people, unless they have to be driving, they just shouldn't be driving at all. Yeah, I like snow driving. I did lessons on snow driving, but I don't like other people snow driving. Should be a law that you should have to learn snow driving before you pass your test, because it's so useful knowing how a car maneuvers when it goes into a slide and that. And you never think you'll ever need it, and just on the day when you need it, if you've had the training that's there. I've done, I could tell story after story in snow that in accents that I've missed, near missed through great skill because of someone else snow driving, someone in front of me. Cars never think, they just slam their brake. They're going too fast and then they slam their brakes on, coming up to a junction, and you come down that junction, you're not touching your brakes. You're gently using the clutch because there is resistance from a slush or a snow on the road. So if you use your brakes, your wheels will lock, especially with modern cars. It's dangerous. And the modern cars are making people crash, whereas before they had this automatic brakes that come on themselves. I'm glad I'm not driving now because I wouldn't trust the car to do my thinking for me. Like, no, as the brakes anyway. Absolutely no chance, And the car stops when you stop. That's a good thing, a good fuel saving thing, But who's to say that car's not going to go along? Sometimes it just stop like that when you're coming along a motorway. Technology's gone too far. I don't know. I don't know, Jimbo. There's someone that comes to your channel that's been dissing me pretty cruelly on the net. I don't want to talk about it, but I kind of figured out whose channel I actually play on now, just in case someone kicks off it. Just out of respect for a channel owner, because I wouldn't want to bring that to your doorstep, Jimbo. But I'll pop in and get a blether, I'm saying pop in and get a blether. Well, that's it. That's a north of Scotland word for a chat or talk, like, you know. I have another sip with Jimmy Ross's Tony Mix, and oh, it's a bit of beer, is it? Have we got no beers or wolves over here? I'm the wildest animal you find over here, eh? Certainly was on Sunday night, anyway. Other story. We're nets and gear, we're faring on a wide and wasteful ocean. Was there in the deep that we harvest and reap her bread? As we hung the bonny shoals o'er, was a fine and a pleasant summer's day. Out of Yarmouth Harbour I was faring as a cabin boy on a sailing there. We were on the shoals o'er. Oh, the work was hard and the hours were long, and the tradesmen surely took some bearing. There was little kindness, but the kicks were many. As we hung for the shoals o'er, oh, we faced the swarth and the broken bank. I was cook and I was quarter shearing, and I used to sleep standing on my feet. I dreamed of the shoals over. We left the home ground in the month of June, and to carry shields we were bearing. We undercraft all the silver dark, and we take it from the shoulder. You're up on deck, you're a fisherman, you're drinking, smoking weeds and swearing. Take your turn on deck with the other fellows. As you're following the shoals through the stormy seas and the levin gales, just to earn your daily bread, your daily, from the Dover Straits to the Faroe Islands. As we're following the shoulder, oh, I earned my keep and I paid my way, and I earned the gear that I was wearing. Sailed a million miles, fought a million fishermen, as we take it from the shoals o'er. Night we're faring. Come winter or winter gales, sweat or cold, and it's freezing up in the north of Scotland. Growing up, growing old, and dying as we hum the bonny shores o'Heron. Wow, it really is cold here, guys. It's cold air. It's just knocking the lungs off me. Okay. Hot drink. Jamie Ross's toddy. Wow, I just had to wait 5 or 10 minutes like to catch my breath. Have a fag, which is probably a bad idea. Never mind. It is freezing. You still there? Me too, long. Got till, man. You got till. I'm dreading my next bill, but I've got till. Just my heating's on full belt just now, and even then, the air is still cold enough because the actual walls of the house are just the temperature of the walls. Well, the house is fighting against the heat, you know. Excuse me. I did take a walk today, Leon, as I say, around the wee shop around the corner, and I just thought myself, you know, should I have just stayed in, you know, but it wasn't too bad. It was showing signs of thawing, like, but you just know by the atmosphere, like, you know, that was just it, you know. And when I was coming back around it, I mean, that was quite a snowfall today, like. Well, if we start to get the same volume in snow as what we normally get with rain at this time of year, this place is not prepared for that, you know. People are not prepared for that. It's only, there's not many old ones left that actually know how to deal with it. We just have to learn it from us. I mean, this is my second time round in life dealing with this temperatures. Like now, I've gone back into teenage mode, you know, because that's what it was. But there is more to come. Yeah, it's for the next 4 days or something like that, you know. And it's a treachery then when it stays cold, but it starts to melt and thaw and then freezes again. Like that's that's misery for people, that, you know. Yeah. I did see a few families going with their parents with sledges. That's a good thing, you know. That's a thing. That's a thing that we kind of forgot, you know. It was good sledging and that, like, you know. I used to slide down a hill down. I slid down every hill in Keith, every hill in week, like, you know, in the snow. It's saying 0 degrees centigrade here, but my friend reckons it's about -7, -8 with the winds, you know. with the wind chill, it's about -7 or -8, and with that wind chill is on the back of my house, that's, which is drafty. It's just like being microwaved cold, just a total battle for a heating system. As I'm keeping moving and keeping singing and keeping drinking hot drinks just to try and stay warm, But yourself, Leon, the amount of people that's just been wiped out by this, killed, just dying on it, say we're not used to it, I think it's probably going to be on the news at some point, because we're certainly getting extreme weathers in the north of Scotland that we didn't get. Huh? Well, one thing about Scotland and rain, Scottish people go and stand in a field with lashing rain to watch their favourite band. That's one thing, it's pretty good. Like Runrig, I was at that year of the flood, 2007 at Drumna Rockhead with Runrig. And 17,000 people stood in that field in the pouring rain. And there's probably about 100 left because it became too much for them, but they all stayed right to the very end. Yeah, it was just... I was there and with that crowd standing in the pouring rain, eating a soggy hot dog, a steak roll that cost a mint, and rain, Scottish rain, cooling my tea for me. And, I stand out in the rain. There's something magical about it, but my, what rain. If it rains on a Saturday at some festivals that they used to have down south, though, they would cancel it if it was forecast for rain in the end, but Scottish people don't worry when they go and hear their favourite band. They don't worry about rain, especially ones in the north of Scotland anyway, because it's summertime if it's raining. Cal Pal, how you doing? Good to see you. Can you post your time zones here? Anyone that's not posted them, please. Thanks. I'm just so cold. I'm just waffling rubbish tonight, I think. Oh, no bad, thanks. Yeah, getting better every day. It's going to take a while, but cold. We've got a cold conditions here that we're not used to in the north of Scotland. It's unknown weather, extreme, wiping people out. Everybody's just trying to keep warm. I might get Bobby's to the door tonight by way for singing at Estima night at 7 o'clock at night, but I don't care. What can they do to me? Put me in a nice warm cell, It'll be any worse than this, I'm sure. Can't wait till the air starts to warm up. This is terrible going this. Okay. No, me neither. Hi, Dougie, how you doing? Dougie Doug, how are you? Oh, I can't remember what beautiful weather is. It is no, it's been it's mental here. This weather, we're not used to it. Oh, bones raking. Another hot drink on a wait. I think I might just have whiskey and hot water this time and wait and see if the honey to do its effect, so I can get back singing again. As the calm before the storm here, when it's starting to thaw now, but we've got more snow coming, and it's when it starts to thaw, then snows again. That's when it freezes over. That's when it's treacherous here. You know, accidents everywhere. Just yesterday alone, there's 143 accidents. I was talking to a guy that drives a gritter. He was just heading his work to go out with a gritter, and apparently there was a gritter went. I don't know if it's here in Caithness, but somewhere anyway, there's a gritter actually went on the top of them, went in a ditch. That's how bad the conditions are. You know, it's just not prepared for it. Mother Nature must be really angry at the north of Scotland, though, for sure, with weather that has been Fahrenheit the last couple of years. Doesn't surprise me, though, with all the wind farms that are tearing up our roads and cluttering up our views and everything like that, you know, drilling at the bottom of the sea. What are they killing? What are they destroying, you know, to get us fuel? I know, fair enough. To keep us warm, you know. And it's they're doing it for fuel and everything like that, but there's still an element of people that are just making money. It's what it's all about. Nothing wrong with the Highlanders going and cutting their peats and burning the fuel. There's enough supply to do. If your house address had entitlement to a peat bank, you know, that was your fuel for the winter. It's a lot of work, hard lesson, but you know, a month's work for fuel for your whole year. In the west coast of Scotland, only more so, and only in the country did people cut peats. So I cut peats. As a hobby, you know, for my holidays, which people would actually break even cutting them. We had a great big guys, great big 6-footers come and work with us in the peat hill in the squad that we were in. And they were complaining about a peat car that was cutting them too thick. And this was big strapping guys, and so I had to cut them thinner, and it had to be one day they had to be told, listen, you're complaining all day about this. You're in the wrong squad. You're complaining about that peat that we're lifting, but we want to get this job done. We come here and we've got a chain. We want to dig it. We set our goal for a chain to cut and lay a chain of peat a day. That's 22 yards. A chain, and I think it's 2 yards wide, or is it 3 yards wide? I can't remember. But we set that, and that was just a squad of 3 of us. But when 2 other people were put there that was supposed to make it easier for us, big strapping chills, they couldn't handle the workload and were holding us back. So we had to get rid of them under hostile conditions. Wait in a second. Well. Hello, Sue. How you doing? Thanks for coming along. I'm having a hot toddy made with honey, brown sugar, just a cheap run-of-the-mill whiskey, High Commissioner, and it's settling my symptoms and warming me up, at least because it's Baltic here in the north of Scotland. Not like what it used to. And we'll keep repeating that, but I'll tell every new person that comes on. Maybe try a song again in a wee minute once I warm up. But it's cold air. It's just every time I've been trying a song, it's cold air has just been preventing me. Simply Sue, can you post your time zone on, please? Thank you. Anybody that's on that hasn't posted their time zone, can you put your time zone on, please? Thank you. It's 7:31 in the evening here. Tuesday night, and I'm doing all right. Yeah, bother. Biomass, how's that working out for you, Leon? Is that working out good just now? Yeah, that's probably the only thing it does, if it is. All right. Yeah, cheers. Cheers, yeah. Good. All the best. As long as they behave themselves. No, that's fine. Thank you. Microbyte, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming along. Can you post your time zone on Microbyte, please? How's your missus doing? I hope she's fine. You good, lady? Good, good. Right. I think that's 5 hours behind us then, I think. Oh, I hope so, eh? Leon, when I see you, I know someday we might be able to push that on for you, okay? Yeah, totally. Like, you need, Leon, you need that with your health, eh? And you need that with your health, because got to keep warm. No, I'll get somebody to pick up a slack and chase it up for you. Like, wait, as I say, let me get this week out of the way first. I'm just picking up a bit, like, but for sure, you definitely need that heating, like that. Yeah, it's a shame that I know people that are too scared to put their heating on, and it's not right. It's not right. Back in the 70s, the coal miner strikes and everything, like, it's history repeating itself, and I don't know anything about politics, but I wasn't impressed with who's in charge, and even now, I don't think so. They didn't know what they're doing themselves, I don't think. Uh, yeah, but all the same, though, I wonder what it's putting out in the atmosphere. It'd be interesting to know what it's doing to the environment. I know what windmills. Well, the opposite window. Well, windmills a vacuum, right? But a windmill is just a fan, and it's under dispute now. Hi, Jesse. How you doing? Thank you for coming along. A windmill is it's a fan, and I reckon the windmills, the amount that's pure, not pure, like, I reckon that's doing something to the environment. In my own opinion, now I'm convinced. All right, right. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good. It took a long time to get it working, though, eh? But it is a good method of heating, and you've got heat when you need it. And I know people that had it, they switched to gas and back to gas, and then wish they never. I know a couple of people that switched to gas, because that's what they used till growing up, like, and they wish they never, because it was so economical, just a set price. And that means, but you've got the heat that you want. If you want to be absolutely boiling 365 days a year for that set price, or you can switch it off. It's definitely the best thing, and wait and see, though, because that's bound to go up in price as well. Though you noticed everything is just so expensive here now, eh? Eating out, Unbelievable. Tenner for coronation chicken, right? For a wee drop of like, right, and I can buy a chicken and feed 20 people, wait, and make coronation chicken just with one single chicken. You know, it's, oh wow! Oh, hey, that's good to know. Leon. Hello, Cindy. How you doing? How are you? We're just talking about the cold in the north of Scotland, and we're no used to that. It's a bizarre weather for us that we're having here, right? And it's causing people to pop their clogs and become ill, and it's just bad. Even my singing voice is actually cutting out. It's so cold. Are they? Right, right. All right, right. Aye, that's good. Aye. But I did hear someone saying that was in during lockdown and says the hospital was freezing, you know, but that's a change, you know, but it's either one extreme to the other. Hospitals used to be so hot here and but it's cutbacks in heating, you know. That's somebody in an office pushing a pen saying, right, you got to switch that heating off, you know, and put another layer on and start wearing your jacket in the classroom. All right, yeah, yeah, right. See who's all here in case I miss someone. Sydney, hello. Say hello to everyone of you. Sabir and Gilpal, JC, Doogie, Microbyte, Jimbo Thunderhawk. Aye, Jimbo, you're saying about controlling our weather. Aye, they might be. They could be. Yeah, it's doable. I've just posted a link there, guys, of Margaret Fox. She's got some really good photos of the north of Scotland and wildlife in the north of Scotland. Lovely scenes. Well worth a look. Click the subscribe button, hit the bell and watch, and you'll see some magical photos coming up on her channel. She's got such a huge collection. She's not got much on there yet, but if you want to see beauty of Highlands of Scotland and nature here, I mean, there's seals, there's whales, there's robins. She gets so close to nature. She's so lucky. Wherever she is, she gets right to walk up right up to a robin and take a photograph. I mean, birds are usually away from people. They must know that person before they come that close. So it's probably a robin that maybe comes to see her every day and she feeds. Thank you. I hope everybody subs to her, puts her channel up, and if you want to see what a Highland cow looks like, really, beautiful eyes, beautiful face expression, everything. Have a look at that channel. You'll see even on there Highland cows. Every single one of them has got a completely different face, completely different expression. Unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. Lucky to get so close to nature, though. As I say, because I don't want to tell you about end of a film, but I mean, have a look and see, show you to see something she's got to set to music, and as I say, click the bell, click the notifications bell, and get a notification when she actually uploads. And yeah, Doogie, I have, yeah. Well, I never know if it's a clone or not, but the clone that you have here, that comes here, Doogie, is courteous. I don't know who it is, but they're courteous. They've never ever said or done anything wrong, and they seem to be fine like yourself. I don't understand the cloning thing, but there was someone here that someone said that wasn't a real Doogie Doog, but it wasn't a he or she, because it could be a she as easy. They weren't in any way disrespectful to you or me or anybody, so yeah. But as I say, I don't worry about it when I'm doing a live channel. I'm chasing up when it's here. I mean, if it's someone who's going to kick off and disrupt this peaceful channel, which is always peaceful channel, I know the moderators would step in and just tweak them out right away, But I may put on my hat, my other hat, and rattle a couple of Highland swear words at them. But I usually ask permission if I go to do another channel first, do some other swear words, and quite funny to hear a Highlander swearing, but they stand by the word. But totally makes it start to make me feel better already. Yeah. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I can't remember. Click on the three dots on the right of my name. But here in the north of Scotland, for us, has been absolute mental weather. We've got snow. There's been loads of accidents. My friend was in an accident tonight. His dog got thrown out the back window of the car. Somebody passing by on a country road found him upside down in the car and managed to rescue him out of the car. It's just well, not what we were used to here today on there. Certainly Mother Nature's certainly angry in north of Scotland anyway, whatever, the last couple of winters. I know I can keep repeating myself about it. I'm starting to sound like somebody from another channel now who's keeps saying the same thing 10 times over again. Right. All right, yeah, right. Is that how we know? Like, yeah, right. I think you know somebody cloned me. That is doable, look, but I do have a dangerous moderator that I've got to remove from my channel. I need a resource doing that, like just in case, because there is something already happened to my channel. Tried to help someone a long time ago by making them a moderator for my channel, and you know, as life goes, and help someone out, they stab you in the back, and they carry on doing what they're doing. Right. I'll do that. All right, like Leon, thanks for that, buddy. Thank you for having a wee look. Like, yeah, Leon's checked Doogie. Clones to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Tell you what, I totally mix, guys. That is definitely good if you're feeling crap and cold weather and chalked up with cold or cold symptoms. Brilliant. Right, yeah, Doogie. As I say, I'll have a look the next time, but if they're polite, I've no need to look, and honestly, anytime I've seen anything with Doogie Doog on here, they've always been polite, courteous, so on fair dues, whoever he or she is, they've not actually said anything wrong in here because again, I'll just shout and Gibbs and say, "Fight me now." All right, where is it? I know what I'm saying. I've got a mod I've got to remove, because a moderator can do so much damage to a channel like that. Because they can do the same as me. But it's sweet. So you notice I've got a pleat in my beard. Beard shrunk a wee bit. Someone put that pleat in the other day. I've taken a lot of stick and a lot of bullying since I got this pleat in, but I nipped it in the bud on Sunday night, the aunt, when I was getting abused down at Harper's from some people, and turned into the one man of the north. Gluffed a couple of people, they weren't expecting it. They went down yesterday to make sure all was fine, and everything was fine. No, quite right. Oh no, I'll tell you what, there was one child that was absolutely terrified. I had red mist come up to my eyes that I'd never had since I was 16. Totally a character, totally a nature, but I was just fed up. Well, a lifetime of bullying from, there was 4 chills there, and each in turn I gave a warning till during the night, for a duration all night, and they're not going to be any bother to me again. They're not going to mock the way I speak or the way I look. And I know one great big chill that'll not call me one morning again. I'll tell you that when I see you, Leon, because it's a bit of a laugh. I absolutely scared the 11 daylights out of him. You wouldn't expect me to pick up all 15 stone on him and spin around 10 times and set him down the ground and give him a warning. That he wasn't capable because I spun around 10 times on the ground. He wasn't capable of doing anything. I know the tunes fell of them, but not anymore now. I think that's the last of them. They certainly never, ever, ever, Leon, will ever say a wrong word to me again. They'll be hurrying to buy me drinks the next time they see me. But it had to be done. I don't know if you know Willa Banks, right? But he picked up my guitar when I was out for a fag. I went outside for a cigarette outside, and I came back in, and he had my guitar around his neck. And after he hassled that I had from him earlier in the night, I turned into a wild animal when I went in there, and I took the guitar from his neck, and he wasn't expecting what I said to him after that. Like, and just totally quiet in the situation. Yes, but dragons and phony. We've now got a phony snake living in our loch. No comment. Zip. Watch what this stuff is a truth drug. No, I'll tell you about it, Leo, when I see you. Okay. But no, near it. It's terrible. Self-nominated Queen of Scotland. Yeah, right. Sitting on her perch or self-made throne with a can of black currant cider, with a glass of black cider and blackcurrant, and a roll up in her hand every 5 minutes. And can't breathe, is on all sorts of inhalers because of the cider and the fags. And has possibly rated me as either number 1 or number 2 a sick note on our list. Watch out, someone told me that today. No comment anymore on that subject. Not the person that's needing healed. Can I swing a dead cat without hitting a dragon? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They think I'm the one that saw it, though. Yeah. It's unreal, you know. Unbelievable. But Leon, see on the bully front, as soon as you stand up to a bully like they're there showing off with their friends and everything like that. Like, but there's a card that you can chuck down to them like that. Put an end to it, because tried and tested. Believe me, 4 on Sunday night. Good result there. Never going to bother me again. The cowards. They are cowards. They back down as soon as you stand up with them. They're fine when they've got the money. Their friends are buying pints and they're shouting and doing their stuff with all their support. but they didn't know that they were sitting among four of my friends. So I felt safe, you know. They're I know that's right, yeah. But there was four of my friends sitting at a table, and if I had failed, which there was no chance of it, like I knew I was going to be entirely safe. But to see four guys that didn't like you and been threatening you and showing hatred towards you all your life and see them dancing to your song, I was going to tell them right now you're dancing with the devil, you know, just for a laugh to throw it in because they were singing and dancing to my song after a situation. That's how you should have seen it there on. Like, I might go down and ask Sasa if I can buy the CCTV for that night just to have as a souvenir, and I'll redo the music and turn it in the documentary because it was amazing. You should have seen them all singing and dancing to my tunes, Somebody put on a jukebox, like, and I thought, oh no, I'll compete with jukebox. I thought this would be good exercise for me. And I played every tune that they come on the jukebox, and I found out some tunes that I knew and played the full length of that I didn't know I could play. So it was all good. But there has been since Hogmanay, there has been a few people that have stopped going out, Leon, since I've been going out because I went wild on Hogmanay. Like, you know, I was having that much bother in week here. I just had enough, you know, and I just found it in top form after doing my yoga. And as I say, I wasn't going to be enduring any more abuse when I'm out playing music in the pubs in the Wick anymore because it's the only place I play the full length of Britain, and it's the only place in the whole everywhere where I played. I played in France, been in France on a day trip. I played in France, but it was a day trip 37 years ago now, and never saw anyone so bad and hostile as playing in Wick. Even bands from other areas just to notice it, you know. They're hostile towards a band if they didn't like the way they look. It doesn't matter how good they play at first. If they didn't like the way they look, you know, they're so judgmental, you know, here in this town, you know. I'm tired of people telling me how to look. That's how I decided to look the way that I want, you know, because when I was forced to get short back in size for 30 years in this town, you know, and what good did it do me? I hate it like every single day. It totally destroyed my character. So I just thought, I know I could still grow my hair. I thought in 2010, somebody said to me, they remember me with an afro. And I just thought, I wonder will it still grow it? And that's when I just thought, right, let's go for it. They call me Wild Man of Borneo since I was a bear now. And can you see where this is going? Because I did a tour as a Wild Man of Borneo in 2017, and I went to Dundee, I went to Whitburn. I had a great big beard, and what a crack I had, like, you know. And I went back to that same venue, say 6 months later, with my hair tied back without my beard, and sat among the same people that I sat with, and they had no idea who I was. When they heard me talking, I was sitting with them, like, and it was only someone actually recognised me then, like, you know, and says, "Yeah, you sang in here." You know, they were just completely baffled. But that was only one venue, only one person actually recognised me. The rest couldn't remember me because they were that drunk, but because they started off sober, because I just randomly turned up there with my guitar at 5 o'clock on a Friday night, which was obviously a bad day, and it was a bad time dinner for people, and people came in ordering a pint in for the work. Obviously, I had a really bad day, just looking at their own reflections in the bar, and I come in with my guitar. Somebody asked me to give them a tune, and I played the tune, and everybody started talking together, buying each other drinks, singing, and that's where I go everywhere I go. But I'm wicked, didn't I? I play music everywhere, anywhere I go. I've always done it. Now, like, I love going sitting way down by a river away from everyone and just sitting and playing my heart out, and singing my heart out. Always have done since a child, and people come to me, but seeing the nature that comes to me when I'm singing and singing out in open air, you wouldn't believe it. When you're walking somewhere, when you're walking here, all the wildlife are hidden. You think there's nothing here. It's only when you sit quietly in the country, they all know this. It's only when you sit quietly for a wee while in the country. But because I'm playing music, gentle music in the country, relaxing music, things that I've seen, I see weasels, stoats, all sorts of wildlife and everything like that just come out and walking about. They're all hidden because they hear humans coming, they smell them coming, they make too much noise. But even they respond to music, And every time I go to play in the small hours of the morning, or like midday, there's a robin that actually robin redbreast that comes to my window, and I can hear him singing. And there's a whole lot of birds. My garden, my back garden, when I'm singing, I must say, find some way of actually getting video to this, because my back garden is full of birds when I'm singing, and my neighbours complain. I feed them because they come along, and this time of year, this weather will wipe out, a lot of the birds. That's how I feed them nuts and stuff that they need in winter, and my neighbours don't actually like it. I look after the birds because they were here before us. It's against the law to feed birds here now, apparently, some say, but I'm not a rebel in any way, but birds were, we're on their land, not that they were here before us. I see that dispute, hey, when you say that to someone, dangerous territory, the way people react to that, I saw someone last year. I saw a baby seagull. I was walking along with someone I've known for many years, and I was walking along, and there's a baby seagull, and it's just making its way across the road. It only had to go 10 yards or something like that, and then it could be with his family, fly up onto the wall down in the sea, keeping alive. And there was a guy coming along in a car and spotted on the road, and I thought the guy was going to brake and let it walk over because it was doing that direction. The guy speeded up and squashed the seagull and hit the seagull and batted it way ahead. And then he veered his direction to go and run over it to actually kill it. And I had just a really, really bad episode of fury when I saw that. And a friend that was with, if I was able to run, I'm not able to run now because it's a lung condition I've got, but I was able to run out of my nature, I would have put a big stamp on his door, just on his car door, just either get him out of that car or get him to call the police. But a friend that was actually with said, but it was only a seagull, all lives have the same. To me, that's why people say I'm odd. All lives have the same value to me. Seagull, that's no right. That seagull had a mother, brothers, sisters, everything like that, like, you know, and was doing no harm to anyone. It's not like it attacked the car, because what would a seagull ever do with a car? What could it do? It's not going to eat the car, is it? It's not going to eat people in it. You know, why people are so scared of seagulls and hate them? They should be grateful, you know, because if there was no seagulls, we'd be overrun with rodents. Because I used to work night shift, right? And I'm very quiet when I'm walking home, and the things that I've seen, the rodents that I've seen the seagulls catching during nesting season, right? We would be overrun with rodents if the seagulls weren't here, and people didn't know that because it's all going on when they're sleeping there. But seagulls are better than rodents any day, like, because rodents, you don't know where they are, because they're cleverer than a lot of human beings. They are rodents, rats and that, they reckon are as clever as a 10-year-old for working at formulas and how to do things and using tools. Yeah, yeah. No, totally. I was just totally annoyed. And because I couldn't memorise his registration, I would have tracked him down there. I was just not impressed. But seagull here is called a scory, and I'll tell you what, like, scories do recognise people. You know, they all, I can walk up and down the street during nesting season and they just shout hello to me. But there's some people can walk down the street, you know, during nesting season, and it's highly dangerous. Like, you know, I used to say to people that were going to visit me, I used to say, "Let me come down and meet you at Baltic Street first before you come up if you're walking." Like, because the sky used to be full of them, like, you know, and if I was down Lock Street, like, and I walked up with them, like, the scories were fine, but if they walked up themselves, scories weren't I? Because I let one two walk home, you know, and you wouldn't believe it, like, the scories were chasing them all the way down the road, you know, let him walk home by himself, you know. And for a laugh one night, Leon, I came back from a party, right? I got invited back to a house, like, and it was quite hostile when I got there. And anyway, I was walking around with this guy, and I was telling him about seagulls in Lock Street, you know, and how protective they are over me, you know, and that I can walk down there and it didn't bother me because he was complaining about how bad they were, right? And I said, and so we're walking up Lock Street, right? And he was just totally dissing me about his scories being supportive, his seagulls being supportive to me, you know. And he went a cut. You know that wee lane that goes through the Bryn Place up through garages, Leon? He went a cut through there, right? And because he was living somewhere about Brown's Place or whatever, and he went a cut down there, and I said to him, "No, come up this way, man. It'll not be safe for you to go through here on your own." Like, I said, "Oh, you're talking shite," and they called me an idiot and whatnot. And I saw a seagull on the roof, right? Because I wouldn't have walked in there first. I would have stood for 5 minutes before I walked in there, because Scotty, when it's going, nah, 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 that's giving you a warning, giving you four chaps. That's giving you a warning that, and all the other gulls, because they're a pack of wolves in the sky. They all look after each other, look after each other's babies. That's them giving you warning at 4 things. And I knew any closer those 4 wraps, you know what I mean? Yeah, 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 right. And the closer those 4 yaps are, and the higher it goes, and it rises off his nest, you can look at, and I can see it happening. I can see him firing up, thinking, right, I don't want. That Scotty was trying to tell him, don't go there. And I shouted up the riff. I said, Charlie, take him, right. And this seagull just flew off the riff and came down there, right. And I got up to the top of Log Street, and I could hear every seagull, every sky, all coming all together. Like, what a horrendous noise! The whole town must have heard it, and they're flying around them. And when I was going up to when you get to the top of Loch Street, that curve just before you get to where I'm coming, I could see him coming out of Bryn Place and a bit to go into Dunbar Street, right? And the sky was full of scories like a scene from the birds, and he was running, ducking, and diving as a young child. You should have seen him. He went back home there. There was a Chile for Keith that lives in a town now, and I don't think he'll tell that story to anybody. He's too embarrassed to. But what laugh it was, it was coincidence and that, but he thought, he went away and think, yeah, I was right, but just because I had that bit of knowledge and know his seals, and he was just ripping the piss at me, so I just thought I'd have a laugh with him, But well done, the scories. So I've fed them ever since. We are the champions. Are you a football supporter early on? Oh, Baltic. Sorry, Jimbo. Baltic means cold beyond what we're used to. Baltic. That's the only way I could describe it. Unbreathable. So cold. It's hard to breathe for every single person. It's taking away your breath, and anybody that's got underlying respiratory conditions like that are just going through terrible times just now. Trying to stay warm and keep the air warm. It's we're not used to this at all. It's wiping. They're dying. Vulnerable ones. They're dropping like flies. It's cold snaps that we have. We're not used to that. It's something new. Just yeah, more than cold. Deadly cold. I would underline it saying deadly cold. Everybody's breathing has been affected with that. That when you go in the -10 temperatures, and we live with the salt air as well, so that's we're breathing salt air in as well. The wind's coming off the sea when it's at its strongest, and that's a combination. And in the Highlands of Scotland, that's quite a powerful combination. That's why that song Wick River Snow. Wick River was never in that condition all years of my life. And the weather we've been having here is just no what we're used to. The last couple of years. Mother Nature's must be so angry with north of Scotland for what we're doing to our beautiful country. For what they're doing to our beautiful country, should I say. Ones that want to make money. There's no pockets in a shroud. It's a familiar saying in the Highlands. To live for now, and when it's done is the most powerful single discipline that a Highlander could have. Also, a discipline which has left me just now is the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. If you need to get something done, start doing it. Make a start. Hey, Mary Barney, how you doing? Mary Barney, I'm not bad. Just getting on with it. I'm going to do a song for you, Mary Barney, by Garth Brooks. It's called If Tomorrow Never Comes. And see if you can sing along with it without having the words. Because when I had to listen to your voice and your timing, you're reading your songs on the screen, and it's hard to do and sing, but you have got a bit of voice. Sometimes late at night, I lie awake and watch her sleeping. She's lost in peaceful dreams, so I turn out the light and lay there in the dark. And the thought crosses my mind, if we never wake up in the morning, would she ever doubt the way I feel about her in my heart? If tomorrow never comes, will she know how much I love her? Well, I try in every way to show her every day she's my only one. Live my time on earth worth through. She must live her life without me, with the love I gave her in the past. It's gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes. 'Cause I lost loved ones in my life who never knew how much they mean to me. Regret that true feelings for me made a promise to myself to say stay how much it means to me. Forget that circumstance where there's no second chance to tell her how I feel. If tomorrow never comes, but you know how much I love her. Well, I try in every way to show her every day she's my only one. And if my time on earth were she must live her life without me. So love I gave her ain't no thanks, gonna be enough to last if tomorrow never comes. Oh, thank you very much, A.R. Jared. Yeah, but my God, and sorry, my goodness, excuse me, what temperatures we're having here, it's just beyond what we're actually used to. It's wiping people out. There's crashes, chaos here in the north of Scotland with the snow, which people are not prepared or even used to because it's been so long. We're going back to 1970s weather conditions, which is pretty scary, except we're getting -10 now, quite regular, and that's unknown here. Scotland, the north of Scotland, is known that if it rains for 40 days and 40 nights, we call it a summer. People come here, they need to take light waterproofs for sure, wellies for sure, because if it wasn't for your wellies, where would you be? You'd be in the hospital or infirmary, because you would have a dose of the flu or even pleurisy. If you didn't have your wellies, you need them in the north of Scotland. They say, and you need to find an Avon lady as well to get a bottle off. If you ever go to come to the north of Scotland or the west coast of Scotland, you need to find an Avon lady and get yourself a bottle of Skin So Soft, because that keeps away the midges. Because the midges in Scotland, they're ferocious. That put every enemy that Scotland ever had, the midges, put them back over the hill, back to Proud Edward's army, back to where they came from, like the midges. And cold, it's so cold. It was so cold up here in winter, they just couldn't cope with it, and they said, because when we go down there in their winter, like we used to walk about in t-shirts, t-shirts and kilts, it's just, complaining it was too hot down there, compared to what we used to, and it was I had a lot of laughs and spun a lot of jokes about the temperatures, in comparison. But in north of Scotland, we certainly know how to endure it. First thing you need to learn is how to endure rain, that's what makes my hair grow as again this rain, I swear. Being out in the whole time, not being scared of rain. It's absolutely great when you're out in the rain. If you've got waterproof cameras nowadays, which are so readily available, and because other people didn't go out in the rain, if you go to tourist sites in the rain, find a place sheltered, wait till the rain goes off or stops for a wee bit, You get amazing photographs of Highland skies. All beautiful scenery. And because it's raining, you've not got anybody walking into your photographs, tucking you a cue here, guys. If you ever come to the north of Scotland, don't worry about rain. It's the best time to set it with a waterproof camera and see its beauty, because it could be raining heavily here and all of a sudden bright sunshine that you have to sweat, and it can be snowing earlier. That's that's been like from August to June in the last 2 years, certainly, like totally. Lonely, if you're still there, support me in that one. Totally not what we're used to. I've got to crack the floor, yeah. I actually reckon that people that renovated the house downstairs, whoever owns the house downstairs, whatever organisation, I reckon they took our soundproofing out. We especially put soundproofing in our walls when I got this house, and the floors as well. You know, we spent a lot of money actually doing that, but the house didn't blow us. Got actually renovated by whatever, and they took asbestos out their house, but they also stripped the house right back to the bare walls. And I think, well, underneath my floor is their ceiling. You know, so and I reckon they took the material out, and it was costly. It cost us a lot of money. One of my first ventures is to write a letter and find out who owns it. Hello, Huey Fries. Hey, how you doing? How are you? Welcome aboard. I'm not sure if it's a council or what's that other housing organisation. I'm not sure if it's a council, Leon, or the other. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's so cold here in the north of Scotland. There's been a considerable amount of accidents with UV fries, and we're facing weather conditions that we're not used to here. Albion, it could be Albion. I think it's Albion, yeah. It might be Albion, but I'm going to inquire. Well, I've got to Leon, because kind of have it. I mean, I was playing music for 20 years and never heard a complaint from anyone, and kind of have people saying to me when I'm just sitting singing. I mean, I've got a risk. See, right now, I've got a risk away getting the police to my door just for singing to you lot just now, but who cares? I'll just tell them, go and watch a video and you'll see what fine people I've got, and you know, I should be singing at people that are downstairs listening to me to sleep. Okay, certainly, you know. That's I'm drinking a toddy with Manuka honey, teaspoonful of Manuka honey, 2 teaspoonfuls of brown sugar, probably a bit of 60 ml. Measure as a nighttime one. Just out on a run of the mill whiskey and boiling water. And I'm going to sing a song in a wee minute. But I'm using this stuff here just now as a because I have been trying to sing for this whole thing. Yui fries, but my voice has been cutting it because of the cold air. But I've got to keep trying singing, and I'm taking hot drinks. It's awful temperatures here just now. We're not used to it. It's a struggle to breathe in. Hi, Jane Holder. How are you? No, it's not a homemade whiskey. No, it's just an ordinary run of the mill, whiskey. But it's the honey that's in it. See, honey, that's the most powerful medicine in the world. Bees make it. And it's a high commissioner. Yeah. The bees make honey. I'll do a song in a wee minute. I'll get a few warm drinks to me first. Certainly you fries. So, what would you like me to sing? Have you got any particular style of music or song that you want me to sing? If I know it, I'll be happy to do it. That's what my music's all about, is playing what I listen to once a year. That's what I love about it. No, but I used to make beer, and my beer was good. I stopped making beer though 30 years ago. But I was good at making beer. Right, but do you have a favourite song yourself that you've not heard me singing, Yui Fries? Because I do like Element of Surprise. You might pick a song that I may have sung 40 years ago, and that's what I like about it too. Well, I'm a rover, seldom sober. I'm a rover of high degree. And when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking how to gain my love's company. No, gives away what the guys. Just I've got my heating on now just for air to warm up. This is madness. This crazy. Just trying so hard to survive it. Thanks to our Ninja Islander training, Leon. Sensei Spike. For the weight by the band. My voice is made for the weight by the band. I don't know what that means. Like, hey, man, hello, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you. I've not seen you for a good while. It's like being in the mountains here just now with snowfall. We've got crazy accidents everywhere. No, yet, no. Here, guys, I've got a Burns night coming up on the 25th of January. Probably be at 7 p.m. GMT. To now it's 8:41 GMT. So, and I'll be singing Robert Burns' songs. He's a traditional Scottish poet, which I've only started appreciating his works. There's quite a few people that get. Take a load of Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load of Fanny, and you put the load around me. I was like, sorry, I learned that song for you for a birthday party, I think, Mountain Man, and right. I learned that song for a birthday party for you, I think, sometime during lockdown, and I have the words actually written out for that. Hey, but I'm going to put that song back in my repertoire. Thanks very much for that because he asked me to do it. I did actually sing it when I first heard them. Heard Bob Dylan in the band. I'll tell you when it was, 1985 festive season. Can go straight back to it, you know. Well, Virgil Kane is the name, and I served on the Danville train till Stallman's cavalry came, and you took all the words again. In the winter of '55, we were hungry, we were barely alive. You take what you need and you need the rest. They should never have taken the very best. The night they rode old Dixie down, and all the bells were singing. The night they rode old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. They went na 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 na. Just like my father before me, I'm a working man. And like my mother up above me, I like to do what I can. She was just 18, proud and brave, when a Yankee put her in her grave. I swear by the Celt beneath my hand, they should bring a Highlander back down when he's been defeated. The night they rode old Dixie down, and all the bells were singing. The night they rode old Dixie down, and all the people were singing. That was na 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 na. Do 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 do. Oh, I brought back a bit of memories. Yeah. We set up from San Antonio, my brother Paul and me. Joined the Texas Army and the Texas Infantry. Where the rumor said we get a uniform and $7 a week. The best rations in the army and a rifle we can keep. When first I met my general, I knew he was a fighting man. He was every inch a soldier, every word was his command. Sorry, I can't remember the rest of that song. I must say, revisit it. That was a song from the South, but I was too scared to say it or sing it because some of these songs, are quite offensive now to sing to people. I never ever want to offend someone with a song that I'm singing, even if it's got a good story in it, There's a lot of songs that's too dangerous to sing over here. There's a song called The Fields of Athenry. It's a beautiful song about a guy that's never got paid for a farmer, so he stole some corn and the farmer dubbed him into the police and he got prison for stealing for his children and but he'd earned his daily bread and the farmer never gave it to him. And but that song is such a powerful song, but dangerous to actually sing. I've been attacked for singing it, physically attacked, just gone mental. It's because by usually someone that's a supporter of Rangers, because football adopted that song as some kind of anthem, and you know, football adopted it from its anthem, and I got hassled one time from someone because I sang that song, "You'll Never Walk Alone" by during the Pacemakers, and I still kicked off at me and said to me, "Oh, if I known you're a Liverpool fan," and really went far off. I says, "No, I'm a Jordan Pacemakers fan. It's got nothing to do with Liverpool. He's from Liverpool." And they took it as his anthem because he was the best thing ever for me personally to come out of Liverpool. Just, awesome. When I got to listen to that famous song, you hear that, It's a beautiful song. Beautiful, beautiful steps, the way it's written. Uh, kind of out of my league to do a performance or that to compare, but I don't compare myself with anybody. I just do the best that I can and for the listener, and I don't worry if it's not right. People tell me it's not right. I get rubbish in my town, but if it is something I can improve on when they're rubbishing me, then I usually try and improve it for next time. And top done. But they're not quick until they're not slow until you if you make a mistake. So the title covers. I did that title myself. Yeah. I wish Terry M sometimes would see that. Like I did that title myself. A few years ago. But I had quite good capabilities of doing that. But I've not got the same abilities now. I've not got my eyes are not the same, and I'm not accurate way. I don't trust myself with cutting tools now, and because it's a one slip or a knife when you get to my eyes or chisel or whatever you're working with, like, and there's no more guitar playing, so that's a definite no. I don't mind playing with two guitar strings. I don't play with three guitar strings, but playing with four fingers just didn't appeal to me. I didn't work with sharp items now. You go now. I hope you have a good night. Glenda, how are you? Good to see you. Well, I've certainly not got a pattern, and whoever created me didn't have Ohm's law because I'm wired wrong. People say that. But I do know which road I'm on. And if the road I'm on is the road of life, it's a great journey right now. Thanks for it. Everybody on here, everybody that I've ever played for. My channel has exceeded 41,000 views now, and it's a big celebration, and thanks to you all. Okay, you Fries, good night, all the best, and it's been good to see you again. You Fries, can you post your time code? I think you're an hour ahead of us. Are you in Holland? You're in Holland or Germany or somewhere like that? Anyone that hasn't posted their time zone on, can you please post it? It's 10 to 9 in the evening here, please. Good to see you anyway. Thank you for coming along. It's been an honour to have you here. But hot whiskey does a trick. It does change the way you feel too. Like and that's almost a quarter bottle of whiskey that I've had tonight. And a hot whiskey, and so it is starting to take. It's more than is required for painkiller. That's me starting to get slightly tipsy now. Like. Tattoo parlor. What's tattoo parlor? Oh, you're going to tattoo parlor in Denver? Oh, wow. May I ask where you're getting it? Are you getting a tattoo or a maybe the may get one where you can't forget one somewhere where you can't tell us, so I won't even ask it. Yeah, courtesy. All right, 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 right. I have not got any tattoos, eh? I went to get one when I was 18. I was going to get one, and I travelled all the way 120 miles down to Inverness to get one. They were few and far between. And only guy works 365 days a year, but he took a weekend off. Uh, that weekend, I can't remember, was it for a royal wedding or something like that. So uh, I missed it, and it was a long journey. Like I mean, that used to be a 4.5 journey by bus then. Back in them days, it was a long journey, and they were closed. And I came back, and I just thought, nah, not my scenario at all. But each to their own. I've seen a lot of people with them, but there's far too many people getting them on their faces and that now. And as they're getting older, it's not looking nice. I mean, the ones that have had tattoos on their faces for 10 years, that's fine when they were born and looking, but 10 years on, and the colours are all washed out in them, but I have seen some absolute masterpieces of tattoos so that people have got, and that's not my scene at all. Okay, Glenda, thank you. Have a good night, and hope your tattoo, if you get one, is not too painful for you and that it heals fast, and pick the one that that you like. Don't put "I love such and such" on your hand though, because I've seen it going for wrong for so many people. They put "I love Mary" and then land up marrying Jane. And one guy actually had that, and I didn't know that, right? I knew one till Leon, maybe know him, Sean Muffet, right? And we were talking about tattoos. He was going to get a tattoo removed, and I said to him, like, I says, well, people that get tattoos on their arm and say "I love Mary" and they regret it later in life, because it was just done in black writing, most of them, and they put "I love Mary" and land up marrying Jane, and lo and behold, that was that's what I could say happened with that people, and her name was Jane, but I mean, I used to just say it was predictable. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, as temperature saying it's 1 degree centigrade here, like on the computer, but absolutely no chance. Like, no, it's guesstimating 8 or 9, -8 or 9 degrees. But see when the snow melts, like, oh, we see what it does to rivers, because rivers, a river's coming up pretty high just now. When all the snow melts, including the stuff in the country and everything like that, our rivers may burst their banks. I must see if I get fire up my camera and get it on charge maybe tonight, and on the first kind of warm day go down and see, because when this snow starts melting, it's going to put the river up up a fair bit, and probably flood the car parks. I've seen it happen before. But there's so many people. Well, I've not heard any cars driving tonight, so I assume everyone stopped driving now. I was hearing cars and emergency vehicles the last couple of days. Police, ambulance, fire brigade, they've all been really busy with, all hands on deck, with this horrendous conditions we're getting just now. It's starting to warm up a wee bit. False with my toddler whiskey, my toddler recipe. I hope we didn't have any more. I'm so looking forward to this air warming up though, as it's getting so hard, I can even feel it on my voice. It's unreal. My heating's on full blast, on at full the highest setting, and just need that to be just to be able to breathe properly. And no, I revisited. I did sing it when I was a bear, and it's something. Hang down your head, Dom Dooley. Hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley. That's all I can remember. But I'll have a look at that song for a later date, man to man, because it's put curiosity as to what that song is actually about. So I will have a look. All right, I'm gonna start eating in less than 3 hours, because I'm starting to get a months now. Look at, and that's this magic tolly mix that's making it happen when it's cold. And warm to going down with the honey and the sugar. It's really is a powerful medicine. Honey, keep saying it over and over again. Most powerful medicine on the earth, I think. And it's got a shelf life for at least 10,000 years. If it turns to sugar, just put a lid on the jar, turn it upside down, in a warm place, let it settle itself, turn it back up the other way, and that's it ready. Even from the days when they built the pyramids, there's still they've got jars of honey, and they try it yearly, and it's still Sam Adams double IPA. All right, right. Yeah, I've not heard of that one. That's one you must get over there. You don't get that one over here, I don't think. Jonathan Siegel, where about are you, please? Anybody that's got a different time zone than 9:02 in the evening, can you post your time zones on here, please? Thank you. It's deathly quiet outside. There's not a sound. to be actually heard. There's nobody moving about. There's no dogs barking. It's 9 o'clock at night. It's a Mike Tyson tattoo. Right, right. Anna Buline, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Hey, welcome aboard. Just waiting for a year to warm up a bit, and I'm going to try a song again. I'm battling against the ailments here in the north of Scotland with extremely unknown temperatures that were and extremes weather that we're getting just now. Dangerous. Leon, did you hear a helicopter the other night? There's a helicopter in the area. That must be airlifting an emergency to hospital or something. Do you know what that was about, Leon? Can't remember. I think it was about 3 days ago. Did it? Was all right? Was that air ambulance? Well, I'll tell you what. Right, what a powerful helicopter! I never saw it. I never looked out the window because I was on the channel at the time. But what a powerful helicopter that is, eh? I don't know what kind it is, but you know, I know that's probably. I thought it might have been in a Sea King or something like that. You know, a really powerful, really powerful engine. At Sea Kings, as you saw yourself with lifeboat, they can only go in they kind of work in calm conditions at big heavy ones because the power that they actually have coming down from the axle blades when they go to a ship when they fly down above a ship to actually rescue someone, the power coming down from the blades is so powerful that it flattens the sea, flattens the stormy sea. It's amazing power. To see them at work, I filmed them at work, and they drop the thing down, they drop the man there, but the power of that. But they did try to do a demonstration at Wick Lifeboat Day, which is on my channel. I'll start posting the links for that, and because it's something really worth watching. And conditions were too calm, so it was like a giant curtain, probably 50 feet high, of water because it was too calm. And they said they couldn't do they announced over the tannoy that they couldn't do the exercise because the sea was too calm. And instead of it flattening the sea, which it does with stormy seas, with a calm sea, it just turned it into a giant net of water 50 feet high. And they said if they tried to lift anyone within that circle, they would actually drown on their way up because it's just a wall of water, you know. It's but I've got really good footage of that. It's on my channel, Leon. I'll get that link posted to you so you can have a look at that one. Okay, and but I'll see how I'm feeling the next couple of days. Leon, you know how to get in touch with me, right? Give me a couple of days. If that snow's still here in a couple of days, give me a shout, right? Because this could be a good time too to give you some gimbal training. You know, because I want to see you with one of the gimbals that I'm going to suggest to my fans on here and anyone that watches my channel. Like if you've got a gimbal, that you're not using it anymore because you've got an actual better one. If you've actually got one, could you please donate it to Leon, so that he can show you lovely scenes, and he can show you lovely scenes around Caithness, because he's lucky he's got the information. He's been on the trains all his life, and he knows all the scenery of Scotland, and a gimbal would be life-changing from it, because even no matter hard, even if you're using a tripod, but no matter how hard and how good you are at filming, that was really good. You can only film with a device with it using a tripod. There's a limited amount of time, and that's my specialist field. But gimbal training is well, Rambler, yeah, totally. But he's a totally rocker, mountain man. He's a grafter. He's been grafting since he was a child. Hard worker, good work ethic. And like myself, injured with hard work, by just getting on with life and enjoying it. So if you're any millionaires out there, guys, watching this channel, send Leon a gimbal. I've got a Xeon Zero or something like that. I'll confirm that. But what a game changer! A depth that it has. Joe Hill. Yeah, I love that song, Joe Hill, but I will have a look at that song again, but that is too dangerous to actually sing that song over here, Mountain Man. But that is a beautiful song, Joe Hill. I can't remember, but I know I've heard it. That is a beautiful song, but very dangerous. I'm liable to come under physical attack by multiple people for singing it. It's not right. It's just something that is happening with music here now, politics and Rangers and Celtic. Just trouble. Adopting songs like Rangers people, when they hear you sing the songs of Athenry, or which is about someone that farmer didn't pay him apparently, and he stole, and because thieving was such a big thing, but he stole to feed his children, he got put to jail because it was a big thing, and some countries would cut your hands off if you steal from them, but all he was trying to do was feed his family on what he was owed, apparently. But they don't. That's not actually written in a song, but on Irish folklore, apparently that's what they say it was. But it is a beautiful song. Trailer for sailor rent, rooms to let for 50 cents. Ain't got no pool, no pets. I ain't got no cigarettes. I smoke old fogies I have found. Smart but not to eat around. I'm a man of means by no means. King of the road. I know every corner and every town, every driver and every place, all their names and all their faces. I must say, learn that song. That's a good song. You're planting songs to me. I dreamt I saw Joe Hill last night. Yeah, it's a beautiful song. I know, totally over a game of football, eh? Can't believe it. You know, look how much they get paid. Footballers, look how much they get sold for. Come on. For chasing the ball out of the field. They're making people angry and making my job harder because I'm trying to cheer the whole world up you know, for their anger because you want to go to walk in a pub when when football doesn't go right for people and it's a horrible atmosphere in the pub. It's terrible. It's a blood sport for sure. It's bad here in Wick. You used to be able to tell right on a night when Rangers and Celtic were playing because anything was chaos, and I'm talking about back even in the early late mid 70s before you were born, Leon. You could tell because there was things broken all over the town, buckets tipped on end if it was on if the buckets were out the night beforehand, buckets kicked over, tipped on the street, just because of Rangers and Celtic. You know, it's just unbelievable. Okay, you know, how someone could get so angry and aggressed over a game of football, you know. And the way that they shout at each other in the pub, I just think, oh, come on, guys, you know, what are you doing? Imagine me shouting at each other on the telly, playing, oh no, you never played a G, you should have played C, oh, you're an idiot. Throw a beer can at the telly, ah, you idiot, how do you not play a G then a C minor? Imagine that, you know what I'm saying on that. Ah, boys. But football did compare to music, say, here we go, 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 here we go. That's it. Here we go. Three word song on repeat. You know, that's why football had to offer the music world, you know. But it was while we're on the march, we all his army. We're going through the Argentine. And we'll really shake them up when they win the World Cup. Cause Scotland are the greatest football team. Another joke song I heard just now. I used to play rugby. Man, I was good at rugby, but people here were so nasty. And jealous because I wasn't from a rugby born, football born fan. I could tear down that park and turn on a penny piece. I could kick the ball further than anybody could. I was quite good, but there was a lot of jealousy among people. Like, and the famous runner when he couldn't catch me going down the field, and it was wild because he caught everybody. Like, but he didn't have to run for his life as many times as I did when I was at school. So I just knew how to run a wee bit faster. But I was really fast. I could turn on a pen piece. But I can't understand how footballers miss out big nets, great big nets with a goal, and how me how they miss it even when there's no one standing there and they're getting paid millions of pounds. And I never could get that because pretty much from a halfway line anywhere when I was young, I could put a ball in that net. From there was nothing in it, like with my left feet or my right feet, and from the left side or the right side, and I can't understand how close they are and they miss because it just doesn't make sense. Wow, I've never had the experience of being homeless, guys. So, fair news to you if you had that experience, and hope you've come through it okay. And I've been nearly there, but oh yeah, I totally get that mountain man. Wow, I totally get that. I've had similar experiences, but I've never been homeless. I've had a roof over my head, thankfully. Uh, right, and Jonathan, if you don't mind me asking, how long were you homeless for, and how did you survive? How did you survive daily? Not asking anything too personal, but well done anyway. If and I hope life is good for you. Look, now that whatever caused you to be without a home, there must be nothing worse. Oh yeah, totally, totally. Well, I do appreciate life now because I had some. I've been through my fair share of bad times, harshness, poverty. As I say, not being homeless, but being close to it. Uh, just with life. Uh, through hard work in the wrong place, a place where I live. And I certainly do appreciate life to a greater degree now. That's why I enjoy every day that I've got, every breath I actually have. And I enjoy everybody that enjoys what, what I do. And I try and make you enjoy yourselves even more by playing you songs that you like that have special meaning to you. Right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's happening. I know so many people that have been caught in that system trap, you're working, but it's by the time you pay for your rent and stuff like that, you haven't got enough to live. Uh, that's why I was lucky when I have been in that circumstances, uh, but by good chance, music helped me out with that. I could pick up a guitar anywhere and I'd have enough without expecting anything, just playing it up out for fun, just for a pass of time. I'd have enough at least for a sandwich for a day, something to eat. But one thing I really did enjoy, especially when I was down in Dundee, I did a busking tour in 2017 where that wooden box called a cajon. It was a cappella, it was just me singing and playing, and I was doing everything from AC/DC to traditional Scottish and pipe band tunes, singing with my voice and everything with it. And Dundee, it was so good, but every day that I went busking, I would only take what I'd consumed for that day, and food from it. But there was nothing like walking along. I got great pleasure in my heart walking along the street, talking to a homeless person that you've been speaking to earlier, when you're on your way there, and some people end up being homeless, through no fault of their own. People have told me their story and that, but you want to see glow on their face when you walk up with a bag full of change with them and tell them, look, off you go and get yourself something to eat, go and get somewhere and warm, and there's probably enough there that you can go and stay somewhere, even go to a travel lodge or whatever. You can't beat. That's what I loved about it, because another gift from music to pay forward, to help someone else. That's what I loved about what I do. Oh yeah, hey, that's good to hear. I love hearing that. Man, I love hearing success stories like that, like in the van that took us 10 inches. Wow, that is quality, right? Because over there, am I right that homeless shelter? They're just volunteers. They're just people that give up their valued time and they give up extra finances to help people from their own pockets and everything. I've heard about them. That's over there. Homeless shelters. I think we have them here too. But that's absolutely magic. Yeah, yeah. But my thought lockdown that must have created a lot of homeless as well. You know, uh, you know, especially people that were actually working and then not able to work. You know, during lockdown. I mean, we've not even seen the we've not even seen the tip of the iceberg as far as lockdown goes, and there will probably be a new medical condition called lockdown madness because I've seen plenty of it even in this town. Like people are just gone off the rails. Madness, what I've seen, just people changing, not for the best. It's not nice. But the bottle banks, Leon, are you still here? See the bottle banks? Apparently, there's horrendous problems with it because there's an overload of broken glass everywhere around where all the bottle banks are because everybody's drinking so heavily over here. I did a bit with myself, but I kept it underway. But everybody's been drinking so heavily over here during lockdown. The ones that treated it like a holiday, they were drinking every night, drinking every day. Like, and mental health team is overpushed. NHS is overpushed, because there's incidents that have happened from people that didn't drink. There's uh, mostly hospitals were during lockdown were over blocked with not with COVID because we didn't have COVID up here, and we didn't have, but with people with injuries through drinking, because falling off bikes on the way back from a shop with a car out, and all sorts of injuries through drinking. People that didn't drink before started drinking and were coming into hospitals, and they were quite hostile to the national health on arrival and whatnot, and it's wasn't a good scenario at all for them, because people shouldn't be getting that kind of hassle in their jobs, because in fair dues to the national health, the ones that were front line, and they're keeping us all looking out for us, it's got to be appreciated. They're burned out. They're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, when everyone else was on holiday, stuck at home, only worried that they cannot see their friends. I bet you, yeah, I bet you. Totally, yeah, I bet you mind a man, Oh, that's good, and I hope things forever more before you go on the up and up, and you never ever come across anything like that in your path again. But you came through it all okay, so always remember, if you handle all the shit that you have handled up to now, remember there's worse shit to come. Because the last bit you thought you couldn't handle, you're through that, and you get through the next same thing. Oh, I can imagine, yeah. I know I have been stranded, no, not been homeless, but I have been stranded and struck a couple of times in my life. In the past years, I'm thinking what you were saying. All right, that's good. Yeah, right. Baby, I've become a millionaire, writing songs for band. Baby, I'll take a long, long shot. One day I'm gonna make a stand. Maybe I'll take a long, long chance and things will work out fine. Maybe I'll discover that I wasted too much time. Maybe I won't get no thanks, never make it up the ranks. Maybe I'll be nothing but a slave. Oh, that's a song that just sprung back in my head that I wrote close on 40 years ago now, 39 and a half years ago or something like that. Well, I'm getting uglier by the minute, but I love it. So I'm told by some of the people in Wick, thank goodness. And I want them fancy me because I know where they've been. People forget when you don't drink what you see from a stage, because when I'm playing somewhere, I don't take alcohol until after I'm finished. As a rule, if it's an official gig with a good crowd. Dublin, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're there and you want to skip across the water, man, to Scotland, you know, do so, man. Come over and do North 500 and let me know when you do it, and I'll meet you somewhere on the way. All right, right. Ah, right. Yeah, yeah. Right, right. That's rugby. Is that rugby? Is it that they're playing or American football? What would that be? What would that be, meant to man? All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ailey, how you doing? How are you? Oh, Maya, hello. How are you? Where are you? Oh, yeah, your granddad's. All right. How you doing? Remember wrestling, Maya? I'm gonna get you one soon because you played it good. Maya's just a little girl. That's my best friend's granddaughter. So can you be sure to keep your language down a wee bit, guys? There's a juvenile with us today. Yeah, have you got snow, Maya? It's snowing pretty bad here. It's been snowing pretty bad. It's very cold. Oh, you made a snowman. Oh, brilliant. Oh, good, good. That's good. I was like a snowman when I came out to the shop because his snow was all over my hair and my hat and everything. I was like a snowman when I came in. What do you use for a snowman's eyes? Did you use? Oh, it wouldn't be coal now. That's what we used to use in coal in the carrot. Coal for its eyes and the carrot for its nose. But what do you use for its eyes and nose? Maya. All right, rocks. All right, right. Well, I'm gonna head off for a night. I will do a song and I try a song in a wee minute, but gonna make it a short show now. Oh yeah, I've got an air fryer. Really, I've got an air fryer in my right. Have you got one yourself? They're good. Oh, I make lovely chips in it and lovely scampi. Have you got? Did you get an? Have you got an air fryer yourself? Oh, did you? Wow. Oh, I must come through and show him how to do some good things that he likes. I know what he likes. Yeah, I like air fryer. I'm good at air fryer, and oh, I make good chips. And it's cheaper to cook than the oven as well. It's good. It's a good thing to have. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. My can cut my hair, gonna get a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. My granddad are gonna get a pie. Another sky. Oh me, oh my, I think I'm gonna cry. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. My sky and granddad is gonna get a pie. Oh me, oh my, I'm gonna get a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh my, sky and granddad is gonna get a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. Oh me, oh my, I think I need a pie. My sky and granddad are gonna get. My sky and my hat are gonna get a pie. I got the words wrong there. That was funny. Remember that song, Maya? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the sky so bright, excuse me, like a diamond in the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? Smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? So your heroes for gold, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cold breeze. Did you exchange a walk-out part of the war for a lead role in the cage? I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, going over the same old ground. Have you found the same old fear? Wish you were here. Hi, Jonathan Siegel. I might be able to help you out with Mega as a better. I'll maybe go through and film him doing a tutorial. He showed me to. No, that was Pink Floyd, but Mega. My good friend Alec McIntosh, he showed me how to play that song last year because somebody asked for it. I did it for a birthday request. Can't play it as good as what he can play it, but I need to go back and revisit and clean it up and try and make it a better standard out this that I know someone likes it. At least Maya likes it anyway. Oh, do you? Oh, right. Wait a second. Let's see if I find your YouTube channel. I was saying, go to channel. Right, I'm going to go to your channel just now. Right. Let's see. Oh, you got a. Now, I don't know. I'll have to speak to Maga first and your mum next time I see them to ask if it's all right to promote your channel. But I will certainly have a look at that later on. That looks funny. I think that will be quite funny. I'm sure because you're a good singer, you're a good dancer, and I'm sure it'll be pretty good. And you're not bad at guitar as well. You're coming on. I heard you strumming the other night at Maga's a couple of weeks ago, but I'm going to get you one of at Columbus, because you played it really good. You can cheer Maga up the next time you're here and play him a tune. Sky is good at it too. You can maybe have a band with Mega. Gonna give Mega a phone in the morning. It's too late now. It's 10 to 10. So I'll give him a phone tomorrow to see how he's doing. Anybody watching, if you go to my channel and if you go to the most popular and scroll down and look for albums by Alec McIntosh, you see Alec McIntosh, my friend. He's got some good albums on my channel, and really good songwriter, really good music. Oh, good, good. I'll subscribe to yours too. Yeah, thank you. Do you have a lot of snow in Maya? Have you got a lot of snow where you are? How deep is it? Is it a couple of inches deep? It's cold here. Yeah. Right, a couple of inches, yeah. That's deep and dangerous. Pete crashed his car tonight, but he's okay. His dog went through the back window. I need to phone Maggie and tell him in the morning his car rolled over and landed up in the ditch. Just with the snow, it's bad conditions. He was coming in the tin for supplies. But it's very, very cold. Well, I'm going to end this stream for now anyway, guys. So good night, everybody. Good night, Maya. Bye, Maya. Yeah. They are, well, the dog, he's not sure, there's no signs of cuts on the dog, but the dog's really shaken up and not moving much, so. But it's a wild fright when your car goes into a roll, and, you know, I've not been in a car when I've done it, but I've seen what it does to people. It's quite sore. You do get quite a rattling when a car rolls over. You too, Jonathan Siegel. Thank you so much for coming along. It's been good to see you. Thank you. You're becoming a regular here, and welcome. You know, yeah. It's quite a trauma when a car actually rolls over, like, you know, but because you do get quite rattled a bit. And Pete, there was someone passing with a transit van that saw his car in a ditch. Thankfully, there was someone out anyway, probably somebody on the way home for work for a delivery person, and found him and had to take the door off the car to actually get him out. He was trapped, totally trapped in the car. But fortunately, he got home safely due to someone passing. Oh, thank you so much, Jonathan Siegel. I enjoy people that come here as well, like you included, fire brigade job, yeah. No, but police were out and right. Good night, Maya, and I will see you soon at Megas. And all the best. I will see you later. Take care. Yeah, but there has been quite a lot of emergency services cutting about lately, Leon. I've not heard so many sirens, in Wick. They're going quite regular, everything's all the emergency services must be pretty hard pushed. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, that's a job I couldn't handle, being a police officer. No, I see enough people, being a police officer up here, not knowing what you're saying, if it's true or not. It's just a pack of lies coming from both people. Nah, no chance. That's too confusing, because that's what they get told the whole time, a pack of lies. I watched the papers, saw things that happened, saw what's written in paper, and I thought, that's not what happened at all. It's just a pack of lies. That's why I stopped buying certain papers that I didn't mention, but I wasn't spending money on, because the paper did have good content, but it had, when it came to sheriff court and events that were happening, it just wasn't it wasn't a true record of events that happened, and just a pack of lies. No, I'd never do as a policeman. Abuse that the police get though, as well, and resentment they get. It's not the best, They're, in my opinion, they're not treated very good at all. When they get a place, and they do see a lot of funny things as well, hilarious probably in their line of work, but it must be a hard job too for them. No wonder they get angry, being told something that you didn't know, just confusion. And knowing 20 people is there and nobody's seen a thing. That's what work is, at yourself. 20 people watching and nobody's seen a thing. Seen that situation so many times. I've seen a fair bit of gore and whack though in my over the years. Yeah. But they are judgmental though, because it stopped me one time just because I had hair and a beard, just totally judgmental. Like, I then realised they made an error. One of them, at least one of them, realised they made an error just on judgmental. Just because I had a beard, and shiny bits, just not the best. But I did, well, when I was 16, I did give them a good run for their money because I made it from a top of Nicholson Street across to Henrietta Street without being caught at 1:30 in the morning one time. I was only 16. They couldn't have catch me. I was climbing walls, hiding in gearings, watching them. There wasn't many cars going about. Just made a fool of them, and I got pulled for it. One day when I was walking through the street, seeing that they chased somebody, it was hilarious. Because when I got up to Henrietta Street, which would be next door to your granddad, I don't know if you're young enough to remember at the top of Henrietta Street where your granddad used to stay, but on the final part of the chase, when they were chasing me, I ran into the entry between the two houses and I climbed up the wall. Between the two houses, I climbed the way up and they ran underneath me with the torches and everyone saw me and they went and tried the back door and they knew, and they searched all around the back garden. I was watching them from the top and I was trying not to laugh and snigger. I was way up above them and they ran and they went out underneath me and saying, oh, it can't be living here, and where did it go, But I got my own karma because when I was coming back down, I thought I was only about 3 or 4 feet from the ground, right? Coming down in the dark, remember, walking between two walls with your hands like that, and like an angelic spider up between the two walls. And when I was coming back down, I thought I was closer to ground than what I was, and I dropped in and I never had my timing, so I landed and my teeth went through my lip, because when you jump from a height and you can't handle the impact, and especially if you can't, I used to jump from great heights, and especially when you can't see the landing, where you're going to land, because when you do a high jump from a height, you got to, on your way there, you got to see where you're going to land and switch on the power to stop yourself, because first thing but you can only do that from a certain height, and it's a natural impact with the way your body falls, no matter how strong you are. When you go a certain height, what happens is your body flies forward. First thing that happens is your chin hits your knees, and it's causes wild trauma to the brain. Like when you do a high jump from a height that you can't do. Like, and I experienced that myself. Awesome. All right, right. Certainly seen more fair share of police activity in this area in the last couple of years, so unusual. Not, but dare not mention what for getting this real rambler, but place is changing. It's not safe a place as what it used to be. But nevertheless, let's say it's 22:05 in the evening here for anybody that's still watching. I've not had a bang on the door from the police yet, but at this time of night they could come any time, but they're too busy. Probably not going to pay any attention to my neighbour. Maybe they should either way. The music puts everyone else to sleep. They must hate it though. They must have heard it too much, but they shouldn't be able to hear it at all. Somebody took away my soundproofing and I'm going to that I paid for, and I'm going to get investigated in the coming weeks. Because I need to keep doing what I'm doing for good of my health. Jonathan Siegel, I hope you enjoy your dinner and have a good night. And good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your crack and hope life's good for you from here on in. And I will see you later if you're disappearing out here. Thank you for coming along. I'm honoured to have your presence. I don't know how many people still here. Hope I haven't bored you tonight, but kind of confusing night tonight with the extreme weather forecast and weather we're having here. The carnage it's causing all around the place. But as the north of Scotland, the weather is very much the same as it was in the 70s, or except for what this we're getting -10 now, which is something we're not used to, and it's taking its toll on everybody. You know, even healthy people are finding it hard to breathe, but people with medical conditions are dropping like flies. You need to say more. I'm doing music tonight just to try and keep warm. I'm doing music whenever I can, and just to try and keep moving. It's a, it's a sair fecht, as they say in Scotland. You know what I'm saying? It's a sair fecht. You know, what it's just called get on with. That's how they're saying, I think, sair fecht. Nah, sore fecht. Sair is no local word. Someday if I Glasgow, if I landed up in Wick, that said sair fecht instead of sore fight. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Do you like cooking, Jonathan? I love cooking. Like, what's a crack a day? Aye, what's a crack a day? Like, yeah, it's pretty good. But if you ask that question a week, they're probably going to tell you it's £50 a gram or something, or £20 a line or something. If you ask what's a crack a day, you know where I come from, Leon. Like, stuff that we don't take. Like, down the street, down the road, up to Thurso, down to Inverness. I love cooking too. Nothing like good food. I'm going to be doing some recipes on my channel at some point, because showing you how to make coronation chicken. Beautiful, beautiful sauce. Easy made. Will have you making noises when you're eating it, you know, if you've not tried it before. I'll have to take a bank account, yeah. I take mine a day and it's alright, yeah. Right, okay. If you Are you coming back, Leon, or are you coming back? If you're coming back, I'll stay on. If not, I'll just head off. All right. All right. 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 All right. Yeah. Totally. It's hard to make a second millionaire. Nah, I'm only joking. If I was a millionaire, everybody would be richer. Everybody I know would be richer than what they are. I just give it away. Take one, eat, and leave the rest. And start all over again. Way to be. But I'll tell you what, see if there's a mystery boss, undercover boss, right? See what I've seen from the organisations that have come up against and accorded and all that. There'll be a lot of people struck off for sure. Appalling. Like, yeah, 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 totally, totally. Appalling. Like, I sent a letter to an organisation off late, and they'll find that I was better educated than they thought I was because I'm better educated than what they are at what they do, and I'm just waiting for to reap the benefits. And if I get a business that actually rip me off for what it rips me off, I'll buy a gimbal Leon. Like, but it's a work in progress. Like, because I like to see you building your channel up, but because it's pretty good because you've got the knowledge in the know, and this will be a game changer for you. What an amazing piece of kit. When I first trained, I trained with a shoulder cam. It was a big camera. You had to be strong even just to carry it. Never mind the body movements we're actually using it. That's why the body's knackered. I mean, Mr. Average couldn't even lift the camera. Never mind stand there for sometimes 4 hours at a time with it on your shoulder filming. Trauma that is to the body. People can't lift it. You had to be strong. Yeah. And all this modern camera came along, and that you just point and click and whatever you like. But I can still take an old camera and get a better shoulder camera. Still have it. Leon, I may actually let you have a shot of that camera to, till you see, the difference in modern day technology in comparison. But with a gimbal, gimbal's an absolute game changer. You get smooth shots. You can walk. You can, if you're fit to run, you can run along beside someone, and the actual jolts. You got to learn a certain way to walk, and that to get smoothness. And like a ninja walk type of thing when you want to get something really neat, but you can go really close to a bee with a gimbal smoothly, as long as you don't create too big a shadow to scare it, because the bee's busy at work, and it gives you opportunities, and pull away slowly, and the techniques for filming the musician, because you can walk. See, when you walk around the person, you can, because you can see in your monitor on your phone what you're actually seeing in front of your eyes when you're moving. But you need to learn to move like a robot. It's a technique that'll actually show you when you're actually using it. You need to be doing things, that kind of maneuvers, robotic, right? And but when you run down the neck of someone's guitar and you walk around them, then it shows the depth, shows the bridge of the guitar, it shows them stand at the side and then walk away from that slowly backwards, checking behind you to see what's actually going. You get the ultimate musical shot. If you want to look at the open plan videos, Leon, that I did, it's on my channel. There's open plan 1 and open plan 2. If you have a look at that, I use my gimbal there as a demonstration, and the only sound recording equipment I had was an iPhone SE 2020, which I used just as a camera. It's not got a SIM card in it. I can't see mobile phones or hear them now the same, and because my eyes are deteriorating with my medical condition. I mean, this is short bought glasses 3 times magnified, and I can just barely read that. But I was at the opticians, and my eyes have seriously deteriorated yet again over the last 4 years, because I missed out my other set of glasses because of an error that someone made. I wasn't entitled to funding to actually get them, and now it's been a mistake, So under medical grounds, I had to wear sunglasses when I was young. People thought I was trying to look like a rock star, but I wasn't, because I've got a problem with sunlight. That's why when the sun's bright, I have to shut my curtains, but I'm going to get a way around that. I'm going to see if I get some kind of filament on my windows, for if the sun's there, if I'm playing in the morning or that, because the sun's directly on my kitchen, and when it rises in the morning, and summertime it's pretty good because I got it from 5 o'clock to whatever. It's actually good lighting, but too bright for me for my eyes. But there will be something to fill. Anyway, even if I get my windows tinted or something, there'll be something to still allow me to get light, but take the main intensity off it. My last lot of reading glasses that I actually had were by Duncan and Todd, and they were modern jam jars. They used to call jam jars really thick glasses, super magnified, but they were so good that I could read circuitry. Again, which is tiny. I could read components and managed to do some successful repairs to get some equipment sorted that was absolutely blasted by that super duper power surge that we had here in the north of Scotland in 2011, which wiped out my whole computer systems, everything. It was mega. It got I don't know how many volts it got through, but it wasn't a normal amount because someone some idiot with a hangover or probably stoned the night before or whatever put a neutral wire on a live terminal, and they only probably remember it blew up the what you call it in Bryn Place, what you call that things we call the wire, sorry, I can't remember, but it blew one up there. It blew my heating system, it blew all my music equipment and everything like that. And what disaster it was for me. And they tried to say that a power surge never actually hit my house, and now Scottish Power, a transformer, it blew up. But now Scottish Power can see, since I've plugged this in for doing my good deed on YouTube, how much my electricity are and how much they were. And I really think that they should look at my case again and say, look, here's evidence that it has house, because look how much my electricity bills were, and then how much they were not when they killed my equipment. Because it was frightening. I had no idea a horrendous cost that people are paying for electric. And what we make of music in this day and age does not cover that. I'm lucky I never asked or ever sold my gift, and wherever I've been, I get kindness. I ask for nothing, but I do get kindness in return. And I do get money, and I take what I need and I pass it on to someone else who needs it more. All from music, and that's why I love what I do. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, seeing Wick, right, I thought I was going to have to take Ev up for Dundee. One of these days you'll meet Ev, get this real rambler like I remember she came up to the Camps Bar. She saw something on Facebook. People used to give me a hard time doing it at Camps Bar, and she saw something on Facebook. She came out the wick and went in the Camps Bar and asked who people were that were actually there, and put this way, I got a really good reception when I went in the Camps Bar. I didn't even know she was in town, but she knew somebody must have told her that I went there on a Saturday night or whatever, and because she had a lot of friends up here, and she came up here, and you'll not believe the guys in Wicklow used to give me hassle, like stop giving me hassle because she went around the wall and gave them a serious warning. She's a redhead, and same as Jim, her husband, great guy. Through him, he helped design a computer with me, with his knowledge and everything that him own design, and he had all the answers, and that's why I'm able to do what I do. And someday I'm going to get Jim here, hopefully, sent from when I can afford it. I'm going to bring them here, both of them, to listen, like, to come and have another few tunes with them, and because lifelong friends, that were just happened by somewhere when I was 40 years ago or whatever, somewhere where I was playing music, and people I met, and say it's pretty magical to know these people, great history, Oh, it was absolutely ace though. Like, you'd have to be there when they come up with on till I'll tell you a crack about that camp. So at the camps, because my TV was the people that she sort of, you wouldn't believe it, and lasses as well. A warning went round the tin because that's when mobile phones first started on the way. A warning went in the tin that my debt collector was in town, like because just for a joke, I just say that's my debt collector to someone, and it spread around the tin, because the place is really bad for gossip. I just knew some nosy person was starting listening and just said it just for a laugh, just for a bit of entertainment. And it went round the tin, and it was quite a weekend. Taxis were busy when they heard we were out in the town. Like, okay. But it was full of bullies, the Onto, yourself, the serious bullies in Wicklow. But when you confront them, they're when you totally had enough and confront them, you find they're just cowards. I know, well, they got a fright when they came to mine, the on, because I didn't know, because I've invested in this all my life, like, but the kit and rig that I actually had was in excess of £50,000. But I didn't drink till I was late on, and everything I had from music, I put in the family what we didn't need. I bought something more for music till I make what I do even better for people that actually listen and enjoy my music. That's what it's been all about my whole life. So I was put here to do. They say people are telling me that on my channel and writing that into me in comments like that. I'm absolutely enthralled when someone writes in a comment saying I was listening to your voice and I just faded in a different word and it took away my troubles and made me feel really good. Wow, when someone writes that, like it's in one of my videos from earlier this week. I'm not sure which one, but I just so makes music worth doing. It's amazing, you know. In comparison to what I had to face in my hometown, Leon. I wish you saw it. I must see if I can get on video and I'll keep you up to date with details. It was hilarious, man. But Sasa came in the next day and he says, "There's a wild man in the north," so he must have watched somewhere, yeah. I don't know. I reckon they might have alerted Sasa that there was a situation going because he knew there was a serious situation. So, but I use music to calm it down, and I had them singing and dancing instead of knocking each other's brains out, and it's just like magic, look at. But they won't bully me again, so it's one thing for sure. They all that ever most successful night that I ever had. Like I said that to the barmaid, you know, that was there in the scenario. Nobody got hurt. Good result. They're never going to bully me again. That four guys. But it goes to show you, all you need to do is stand up to the bully. You know, if someone is keeping putting you down, put you down, put you down, put you down all the time. For the way you look, the way you speak, mocking the way I speak, they've always said I look like a wild man of Borneo even before I could grow a beard. You know, I had a squashed up face when I was young, and people saying I look like a wild man of Borneo. Well, never do, but never got a reputation for as a wild man on the north, apparently. But I'm not a Viking. You see me wearing a Viking hat, it's because my ancestry heard a bang on the door and they kicked the door in, and a Viking came running in and with a sword, and they hit my ancestor hit him over the head with a guitar, and fit him right on his arse and said, "I'm like, what are you doing coming in here, boy? What's wrong with you? You know, he come in to rob me," and they wanted to rob me, and he says, "I worked hard for all that stuff. You just going to take it away from me," he says, and he took him and fed him, and they sent him on his way and kept his hat. I told that to someone today, like that I say that, like, and they were absolutely bursting their sides. Someone that knows me pretty well, and Leon, you're probably bursting your sides just now because you know me, like, but I do like having a laugh about some of that things because it's really fun, eh? But we confront the bully, though, to deceive a deceiver is a double pleasure, eh? And a song by Alec, I don't know, it's just my belief. You can lie to a liar, steal from a thief. You know, I sing that back to them. Oh, it's totally good to have a laugh with. But honestly, see when you confront the bully and tell him you've been bullying me for 49 years, right? It causes a eerie silence. Like, if it's someone, you know, use that as a trump card. If it's someone that's shown off in front of everybody and got everybody listening to them, you know, and just it's hilarious, because they do go to jelly, like when you confront them, like when you've had enough and you confront them, especially when you tell them that you're terrified of them, oh, wait and see your reaction when you say that, because if you're prepared, people that know close to me, if I'm terrified of someone, that's they're in danger. Like, senses springs to mind. You know what I'm saying? The on there. Why you train me like and I know it'll only be just a split second. Like over in 4 seconds because tops like that's including a warning beforehand. Oh yeah, cheers, Lon. Right, I'll see you later, buddy. It's been good talking to you. Like, and I'm probably never going to look back at this because I'm probably going to regret it. But it's just a day anyway, and I've been just moaning a bit cold on behalf of everyone in the north of Scotland because it's unbelievable temperatures we're getting here just now. We're not used to it. It's just totally unknown to us. A lot of people have repeated that the whole time, the whole night. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, I'm concerned for a lot of people because even for ordinary people that have hard difficulties breathing in this and heating, next heating bill is going to be horrendous. The buildings are cold, because this buildings weren't built for these kind of temperatures. All the buildings in other countries were built in accordance to the environment, and now we're getting temperatures that we didn't get. Mother Nature is definitely angry at northern Scotland. The weather it's found the last couple of years, the last even decade. You only got to look at Wick Harbour storm. That's where I come from. Wick. Look up Wick Harbour storm, and you'll see a tsunami that was never ever seen before. How wild the sea could be. Forces in nature. And sea damage that it did cross lorries that were parked normally. They're tore steel skips just like they were paper bent. Powerful force. Oh, the sea. Definitely well worth a look. But anyway, I think, wow, it's 4 hours I've been on here, and I'm ready to have something to eat before I go to sleep. Try and have a sleep now, but I'll see when I have something to eat. I might get more energy and try and do some music again later, something or other. I'm just doing music to try and keep warm. This is ridiculous as temperatures. And well, anyway, good night, everybody, and it's been good to see you. Thank you so much for coming along. But it's finding it hard to talk now. The temperature's dropped again. I'm going to put my heating on again.